But do like a splash screen of Infamous across there
I'm telling you.
during that little. It's like, it reminds me of Anchorman.
God damn, boy says 70s porno. Fucking. Hey, turn me up a little bit, Memo.
On your ears?
Yeah.
All right, keep testing.
Yeah, let me test. Yeah. A little bit more. Hello, hello. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect
good,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, there we go.
All right. It is recording, so.
All right.
Well, then.
All right, guys. Welcome to the very first episode of Infamous Podcast. We're here at Infamous headquarters. I'm joined by Mr. Full Res himself, behind the mic, behind the keyboard, doing his thing. We have our first guest. His name is Brett. Welcome, man. What's going on?
Oh man, I'm having a good evening. This is fun, man. I love this setup. This is amazing.
Pretty cool, man. Good. You know, I'm glad you're here. Good to have you. You are actually our first guest. So happy you could join us. And I just kind of wanted to, everybody's seen our videos. And guys, if you haven't, please check out our YouTube channel. It's Infamous Culture on YouTube, where you'll see me, Memo, Brett, all of us just kind of doing our thing, hanging out, having fun. The whole Infamous crew. So, yeah, we'll get right into it, man. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Brett.
Yeah, man. So I'm 33 years old. My day job, I do have a day job, unfortunately, still. I actually do networking and IT and stuff. So I'm not your typical IT guy. I don't go home, play video games, and stay inside. I like to be outside, man.
Right
That's my thing. And, outside of bikes and stuff, dude, I love to camp. I love to off-road and stuff. But bikes has been a passion of mine for a long time. I mean, I've been riding for a really long time. So I'm getting married in a month.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Me and my fiance April, we're getting married in Guatemala. So we're super stoked about that.
Guatemala, bro. What's wrong with H-Town, bro? What's wrong with Houston? Why we got to go to fucking Guatemala to get married, dude?
Oh, man, it's beautiful out there. Yeah. And I'll tell you one reason, it's cheap. You can save some money, save some coin going out to Guatemala. So
is your fiance Guatemalan?
No, she's El Salvadorian, but they're right next door to each other.
God damn.
Guatemala ended up happening because we did hire like an entire film crew to come out, video, photo, and he said, hey, we were originally going to Utah or Arizona, and he said, hey man, you guys ever thought about Guatemala? And we were like, no. I'm personally like, is it safe? I don't know anything about Guatemala. And he's like, no, it's beautiful. So I looked into it and I was all about it. So we're excited about that. But yeah, no, man, it's pretty easygoing guy. I'm super chill, just doing my day job, hanging out with my girl, riding.
So hang on. Let's go back to this wedding thing in Guatemala, because I'm trying to wrap my head around this thing.
Yeah.
So how many guests are you going to have roughly?
0.
Okay.
So what it is, it comes down to, it's kind of an elopement, or it is an elopement, essentially. It's an elopement, but everybody knows about it.
Okay.
It's not like a secret. So the idea is we're going out there, we're going to get married. It's just the two of us, the film crew, obviously. And then we come back here, we're going to have like a watch party or reception, if you will.
Okay.
And everybody come hang out, drink, celebrate with us, watch our videos, check out the photos, that kind of deal.
Cool. So, but you're still gonna get married here in the States, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Courthouse type deal.
Yeah, you basically go to the courthouse, sign your paperwork, submit it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, believe it or not, I never had a wedding. That's how I got married. So yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man, it's pretty. We're pretty low key people, and we just went to the courthouse and got married.
If it works for her, it works for you, right?
I'm telling you,
bro. Nowadays weddings, man, like stupid expensive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially when you're young and getting married, we decided to save a little bit of money, and try to get a house. Before spending all that on a wedding. So it'll just be you and April flying to Guatemala.
Yep.
How long are you going to stay there?
We're going to be there a week. So we're going to leave on the Sunday, the 12th, and we're going to come back the following Sunday.
So that's kind of going to be like y'all's honeymoon too?
Kind of, yeah. So we're actually got a few things planned out. We're actually going to go hike some volcanoes.
Oh, that's badass.
Active volcanoes.
Yeah.
We're going to ride horseback on those two.
Yeah, I don't fuck with horses.
So we're pretty excited about that. We've got a private dinner planned. We got, obviously the wedding is on a Wednesday. So Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have some adventure stuff. And then after the wedding, Thursday, we're going about 2 hours north to this. I always say it wrong, but it's called Lake Atatian or something like that. Some famous lake. It's massive. It's beautiful. We're staying in this resort called La Fortuna, and it's 100% off grid, solar power, no TVs, like almost like glamping. It's camping, but in a nice like bungalow style cabin. It's really cool. Really, right on the water. It's beautiful. So we're gonna do that. Maybe do some cliff diving because they actually have some cliff jumping out there too.
Bad motherfucker, man. Cliff diving.
Oh, we'll get some video. It'll be on video.
Yeah. So how are you gonna kind of celebrate? Is her family here in Houston too?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Her mom, grandma, aunts, sisters, and cousins, they all live here.
Okay.
So they'll essentially just be at that reception area that we have when we come back.
Got it. Got it. So you're going to do something for the fam.
Oh, of course.
When y'all get back here too.
Yeah, family, friends, everybody's invited. Yeah.
Okay, so when are you all thinking about kids and stuff?
Actually, we go back and forth on that quite a bit.
Okay.
And we're kind of 50-50 on the kids thing. You know, in an ideal, we both would love to have kids.
Okay.
But, you know, we look at the way the world is and just how we like to live, essentially. You know, leave, go whenever we want, pack up and just do whatever. So it's kind of, again, like that 50-50 thing. And, you know, I'm 33, she's 33. Obviously, if we're talking kids, that clock's ticking. So.
Bro, you ain't a young man no more, bro.
No, sir.
Yeah, you got to get the show on the road here. Are y'all currently living together now?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We've been together for 4 years. Well, I'd say that, three and a half. This December will be 4 years. And that's a funny story. So I met her in December, I guess end of November of 2019.
Okay.
And people would call us crazy, but we moved in together within a month.
No, hey, here's the thing, man. When you know, you know.
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
exactly
when you know, you know, bro.
Yeah. No, and it was beautiful. And I even thought to myself, man, this is crazy, but I thought it just feels right. Like, why fight it? And went for it. And we've been together every single day since. And it was beautiful.
So let me ask you this. What took you so long to ask you to marry her?
So I actually asked her to marry me in 2021.
And she said, you ain't shit, fuck you?
Yeah.
Or what?
I think it was 20. No, she was like very excited. So we had 2020 together, COVID, and then the following year I proposed in 2021. So we've kind of been like joined a year engaged, then we kind of planned the whole wedding. Now here we are, 23, getting married. So,
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. Makes sense. I'm just trying to paint a picture here of I mean, speaking from a dad, you know, kids are some of the most amazing things that you can imagine. You know, holding your child for the first time is one of the most indescribable feelings I've ever had in my life, where, you know, having the eyes look back at you, and it's just crazy, man. Until you go through it, you know, it's that unconditional love. I never understood what unconditional love is until I held, you know, my daughters. And,
I couldn't even begin to imagine. I mean, two of my best friends are like 20 years. One of them just had a baby, and in fact, her first birthday was today.
Oh wow!
And he tells me all the time, he's like, "Man, it's undescribable." It's
crazy.
So
I'll second that too.
Yeah, because
it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, he's got a son, and you know, you're 33, and you also got to think, man, you don't want to be at this point. You're going to be 53
exactly
when your kids. You're going to be 54 because you got 9 months of pregnancy too.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
No, you're right. Yeah. So we're at this point I'd be 34 by the time. Yeah. And that's if it happened like today. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Kids are such a blessing. I understand we want to get up and go and do this and do that, but don't cheat yourself on having kids, man.
Sure.
The rewards of that are amazing. It's crazy. So no, that's cool. So tell me a little bit about your childhood, man. Where'd you grow up at?
So good question. I actually did not grow up in Houston. I was born and raised up in North Texas. So many people probably don't know, but Wichita Falls, Texas, is where I was born.
Sure, kind of by Kansas City, right? What's that state above? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
By Oklahoma.
Yes, real close to Oklahoma, not too far.
Yeah.
And a lot of my family's there. My dad's family, mom's family, they all grew up there as well.
Okay.
And we didn't move to the Houston area. We moved to Katy in the late 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And believe it or not, man, we were pretty poor. We really didn't have a
sure.
lot of money.
Sure.
When we moved here, in fact, it's not far from where Rez lives today.
Yeah.
We lived in a trailer house on some land with cattle and horses, and it was actually there was an airstrip there that my dad worked for. It was a crop dusting planes.
Sure.
And so when we moved here, that's what he did.
Yeah.
And my mom worked for, I want to say she might have worked for a bank for a small period of time because that's what she did back in when we lived up north. But then she got into insurance real quick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that ended up paying off really well. She does great for herself nowadays. Moving to Houston was one of the best things that not only my parents could have done for themselves, but gave me and my little brother so many opportunities.
100%.
It's night and day. If I had just stayed in Wichita, my life would look 100% other direction, completely different. And so for that, I thank my parents for making that move. Yeah. This is land opportunity out here. Not so much up north. 6 hours north, it's wild.
Yeah,
so.
Houston is such an amazing city, such a melting pot of different cultures and different people, and the people are actually friendly. They can't drive worth the fuck, but they're very friendly and nice, and kind of similar to you. We moved to Katy back in the early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And there was nothing out here.
Rice
fields, dog. That's it, right? People don't understand. Rice fields. Cinco Ranch was barely starting to get built.
Yep.
There was a few neighborhoods there. So I can relate with you there. It's it's pretty crazy. So what does like your morning routine entail?
Oh yeah.
Now?
Man, I'm an early riser.
What time do you get up? Yeah.
Early riser. So during the weekdays, I get up at 4:30 every morning.
That's what's up.
It's one of those things. I'm a shower guy, man. I shower night and morning.
Gotta scrub them balls, baby.
Yes, sir. So, I get up, I got to shower, man, make the coffee. And I personally, I love coffee. So I've got a badass coffee machine. I got to tamp it.
You black
grind
or
it.
You sugar, you cream, or what?
I do
what
a little
kind of
cream,
coffee?
but not real sweet.
You a Craig guy or a Kurg? A Kurg?
Oh, hell no.
machine?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is like fresh ground coffee.
Oh, you
like,
got the
you
Colombian,
gotta tamp
bro.
it.
You fucking,
oh, bro, you got to slide. Yeah. Oh,
you're
yeah,
not
it's a whole
stepping
lot.
on it at all,
No,
bro. You want that
yeah.
good.
Espresso, bro. Espresso. So, but yeah, no, you got to have the coffee, feed the dogs, get ready, man.
How many
I'm
dogs
out
do you
the
have?
door. One.
One dog. What kind of dog is it?
Well, I said dogs, didn't I?
Yeah,
got
you
one
said
dog.
dogs.
I have a Catahoula pit bull. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And she's a rescue.
Okay.
I rescued her. She is probably rolling around about 10 or 11 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I rescued her back in 2014, and she was roughly 2.
Tell me the story on that. How'd that come about?
That's actually a really good story. So I lived in an apartment at the time. I feel bad for adopting a dog in an apartment. But I went to Bark Animal Shelter, and if anybody's familiar with that here in Houston, it's a very good dog shelter, and for the most part, they don't euthanize out there, but at capacity, it can happen, sure. So we went out there, and I was looking through all the kennels, and I wanted a dog, and I didn't really have, that wasn't my first. That was my first stop, but it wasn't going to be my last, but it ended up being my last, right? So we went out there, and I'm looking at all these dogs, and I see her, and I'm like, she's beautiful. Yeah, I've never seen a pit bull with all the spots and like just kind of different,
Yeah.
But she just looked so sad. I was very drawn to her, and when I went over to her, she was just very sweet. Like lay her head on you.
Yeah.
Man, and so I was like,
pit bulls usually are, man.
Dude.
They're the most affectionate,
absolutely
fucking dogs of all time.
Oh yeah, and she's to this day. So I was like, okay, let me chill. I'll put her back and kind of walked around. But after I saw her, I was just drawn to her, and I absolutely love her. So her name's Allie. Allie Rain is what I called her.
That's cool.
And she's been the best dog I've ever had in all my life. And so outside the dog, April brought in, I adopted a cat.
Oh.
Never had cats, but I will say this one's pretty cool. He loves me.
Shut your ass up. Fuck them cats,
Oh,
bro.
bro.
Fuck them cats.
Selfish,
bro. I only fuck with pussy. No cats, dog.
Man, that cat is gonna eat you. Like if you die,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
eat
yeah.
you. Like they don't even wait 12 hours. Like
He's like, yeah, I'm hungry, bro. You looking good.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dog guy.
Nah, 100%. But yeah, that cat's like a dog sometimes. Follows me all around the house. Takes command sometimes. I mean, she laughs, you know, April. But But yeah, no, I got my dog, feed the cat, and do my thing, and pretty much roll out right about 6 o'clock. Go to work.
Okay, so what's like your daily, a regular work day entail for you?
Oh man, I never. that is the luxury of my job, and it's one of the things that I love about it. I never know what's going to happen every day.
Yeah.
So because I do IT, I'm not just set in. Oh, I do desktop support, or oh, I do security, or I do network. I do everything. I do the networking. I do servers. I do desktop. I do the security, email setups, new hire setups, termination, everything.
Yeah.
It's me. So I basically support 3 different locations, all their IT. I got College Station, Conroe, and Houston. I sit here in the Houston headquarters, but yeah, I mean, we've got probably a little over 100 employees. Nothing crazy. Yeah.
You fire people too, right?
Yeah, no, I don't fire the people, but I was somehow given the role to walk those folks out.
Yeah.
I don't know how I acquired that position.
How long you been with that company?
A little over 4 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little over 4 years. So I've been doing IT since 2013.
Oh, shit. 10 years.
For a minute, yeah. I started out working at ConocoPhillips.
Okay.
Right out here off I-10 near Eldridge. They have a big campus out there.
Yeah.
So I worked there for a while, IT consultant for a company called ProSource IT, and I moved around a lot. I worked for BP, I did Transocean, Seadrill, all the big oil companies. I was a contractor for them. And then in I want to say it was about 2016, I moved to a manufacturing company where I spent 2016 all the way up to about 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed there and did all their IT stuff. And now I'm at an insurance agency.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
You ever thought about opening your own IT company?
I have, yeah. I get a lot of people that need help and stuff. So
what
yeah.
you waiting on, dude?
Yeah, you're right, right.
You sound very talented.
Yeah.
So you
I
sound
appreciate
like
that.
You,
Thank you.
enjoy what you do, and that's the biggest thing of being successful in life is do what you enjoy.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Do what you enjoy, man. Get up, go to work, do what you love doing, and you'll automatically be successful.
Yeah, well, it makes it so much easier, right? It's kind of like sales. If you believe in what you sell,
for sure.
Makes it more fun and
100%.
a lot easier.
100%.
So,
100%. So then, okay, so that's you go from 6 to about what time?
I usually leave the office about 4. So my standard hours are actually 7:30 to 4:30, but I get to work early, man. So
yeah, that's what's up.
So yeah, I'm here about 6:30, and I stay till 4, Monday through Friday. That's my gig.
So what do you do when you get home at 4? You're a pretty in shape guy. Do you hit the gym? Do you what do you?
Never.
You never hit the gym.
Nope.
You motherfucker.
So my fiance April,
Yeah.
she hits the gym every single day religiously. She's hardcore gym rat. That's her. And we did work out for a while, but I mean, I got so burnt out in high school of hitting the gym, it just killed it for me. I don't know what it was. And I went to Katy High School. Maybe it was the coaches and just jam.
You played football in high school?
I did. I played baseball and football and all that good stuff.
Katy's huge in football out there. We're always in state.
Dude, it's wild. And
it's
then,
a religion out here for us. Man.
Well, and then I got the opportunity to start riding motocross. So I said, fuck football.
Okay, so let's talk about that. How old were you when you first started riding motocross? Or how old were? Let me rephrase that. How old were you when you first got on a motorcycle, a bike?
Oh, I was 10, 11 years old. Yep, and my grandfather bought me my first dirt bike.
Was it a little 50cc?
It was actually an 80cc.
An 80.
But it was a PW80, so it wasn't like
Yamaha.
your full. Yes, Yamaha PW80. It wasn't like that full blown
Shout out to
style.
Yamaha here.
Oh, absolutely. And it's
look at you, little
yeah.
little
Yeah, you
shithead.
see it on the screen. So that's me at around 11 years old, and if I recall, I think that was at a track called Highlands, and it was in Highlands, Texas.
You got another one right here.
And no, that one.
So how old were you there?
I was 12. I remember that specifically. And I think that track was off 290. That track used to be off 290 north out towards Waller area.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, dude. And so my grandfather, who unfortunately just passed not long ago, but he's the one that got me into all the motor scene. He got me my first go-kart.
Oh, wow.
He got me my first dirt bike. And I'm telling you, it was like, they were worried, okay, this is how you do this. Man, I jumped on it. This one didn't have a clutch, but it had a three gear shifter.
Right.
I jumped on it, just boom, just going around, man. I mean, it was like I was born to ride. And so that was I had that bike for a really long time, actually. Fun bike. It was a fun bike.
So when did you get into? So you went from an 80 when you were about, would you say 10?
We'll say like 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yeah, I rode that from about 10 to 12.
Oh, this you right here?
Yeah.
Bro, how old were you here?
So in this one, we're kind of jumping forward a little bit. So that one, I was probably around 16, 17. For that photo. In between there,
Yeah,
which
so-
I don't think I had any photos for some reason between.
So you went from an 80 to what? What was your next
a
bike?
CR85 two-stroke.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You know what they say, Rez? If you ain't mixing gas, you ain't kicking ass, boy.
Yeah, that's a
Gotta
fact right
have
there.
that fucking two-stroke, baby.
And I got that two-stroke in 2003 from Eddie Hills in Wichita Falls. My family got it. Obviously, I was only like 13 years old back then. And I, to this day, still have that in my garage.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, yes. And it runs like I go and kick it twice, and it'll start right up. I've got all new parts and fairings and plastics and graphics for it. It's a badass bike. So I still have that one.
That's awesome.
That picture that y'all were looking at. So I went from CR85. That's where I started racing motocross. So my first race was at Three Palms out here in Houston.
Yeah, in the Woodlands.
Yep. And ended up winning that race. That was my first
How
race.
old were you?
I'm gonna say I was probably between 14 and 15.
Wow.
Yeah. And I won that race. That was awesome. I didn't expect to go out and win, but I won, and I was excited about that.
So let me ask you this: how many races did you compete with when you started in motocross?
Oh my god!
So like you were 14 and you won. That was the first race you ever entered?
Oh yes, absolutely.
You bad motherfucker.
No,
boy.
beginner class, CR80 beginner class.
Yeah.
Jumped in there. There was probably about 12 of us. Imagine I said those two of us.
It was just me, but I won.
Exactly. Yeah. Now there was a good full gate, and it was actually my best friend that I've been friends with for still 20 years. He raced with me, and we were first and second for a while. And I think it was the second to last lap or last lap. He fell in a corner. Oh. And I don't remember what place he ended up getting, but he was a little upset. But and so from that point forward, man, I raced religiously for all the way up till I was probably 18 or 19.
And what bike were you on when you were racing?
CR85.
You were still on that 85.
And then I got what we just looked at.
The Honda.
That one that we just looked at.
Okay.
It was that one with the big jump.
Yes.
That was a YZ125.
Oh, Yamaha still.
Yeah, still
so you're
Yamaha.
a Yamaha
So
guy.
I went from CR85 Honda back to Yamaha. Rode that bike for a long time, and I kind of slowed down on the racing motocross racing sometime around 20 years old. That was when I got, I was really like, now I have a career, now I got a job. I started working when I was 15, but this was like, I need to.
So hang on, let's backtrack again. Did you, when you were 14 to 18, 20, when you were still racing, did you have any bad wrecks?
Oh my, yes.
Okay.
Yes, on motocross.
Tell me about your first one.
So I don't know if I remember my very first one.
Well, tell me about one that you.
But I'll tell you.
Yeah, that one you remember.
One I remember. I've been knocked out probably 3 to 4 times.
Oh shit.
Yes, with helmet on and everything.
Yeah.
I was in Highlands, Texas. This one comes to me like I remember it like it was yesterday. I was. It was probably third lap. Maybe Moto 2.
So let me try to paint the picture here for the audience. When you're in a race, how many laps do you go around? Usually?
So back then, before it was based on time, I believe that we were doing somewhere around 10 laps.
Okay. And these laps have jumps and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So motocross is jumps, tables, turns. You have what's called whoops, where they're really close bumps. And
Yes.
kind of,
Yeah.
So I forget not everybody knows what motocross
Right.
is. So, it's not just a flat track. It's not just a circle track. This is all back and forth, jumps, turns, you name it. So, I come through a turn. I take a left-hand corner. I'm going down a straight, and you kind of come up over a roller into another right-hander, and right after that, there's a little double. So it's got a good face up to it. So I come out that corner, I turn. I'm a little slower than I want to be, so I hit that clutch just back,
Okay.
And as I'm coming up, I hit that clutch, and the back tire slides out from under me. So I end up going from straight up the jump to sideways up the jump. Now I'm sideways in the air.
And this is on your Yamaha.
That's on the
125.
85.
85.
That's on the 85.
This is on the Honda?
Yes, yes. So
that's why you wrecked, bitch-ass Honda, bro. Yeah, makes sense now.
Yeah, now you understand.
Now
you know?
I understand.
So I'm basically sideways going forward, and as soon as that bike hit the ground, it just, boom, slammed hard. And I was out long enough for several people to come stand around me by the time I woke up.
Oh, shit.
So, and after that, I remember this one specifically because I woke up, stood up, and everything went black. I couldn't see anything. And I was freaking out. I'm probably only 14, 15 at the time. And when my vision comes back, everything's like bright orange.
You got
know,
knocked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah, like a concussion or something.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you know, growing up back then, my dad, you know, he was always a hard ass. I never went to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Not once.
Oh, yeah. I know the feeling. Trust me.
You get it.
Yeah, I get it, bro.
So, no hospital. If the ambulance is there, you'd say, look at him. He's good. And Dad's like, you bleeding? Nah, you're good.
You're good.
Dust yourself off.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I had a good childhood. I can't complain. And a lot of that came from moving to Houston.
Oh,
so,
absolutely, man. It's like I was saying, the bike scene out here is pretty...
Oh, yeah.
Pretty solid, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to dirt bikes or street bikes or really any kind of two wheels, it's got a large following. So, okay, we're at, about 18 years old, 20. You said you started kind of tapering off racing. What happened there?
It just came down to, all right, now I wasn't living at home anymore. I needed an actual job.
So you moved out. How old were you when you moved out?
I was probably I was right at about 20.
20 years
19,
old.
20.
And what were you doing?
At the time.
As far as work, to make money.
Work?
Yeah.
Y'all are going to laugh. I don't think to me. So I worked for TDCJ.
Oh, shit.
Texas
You were a
Department
fucking
of-
jailer?
Yeah.
I knew you were a snitch, bro. Why you fucking tell me this shit, man?
Yeah. So I worked for TDC for a very short period of time. And then after that, so I ended up, so that was around.
What'd you do? Hang on.
That was in 20.
No, hold up. We're not skipping over that.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, we're going to graze over that one.
Yeah. Let's
So anyway.
rewind. So what were you doing for them?
Yeah, I was a prison guard. Just working
jail?
cell blocks. So I was in Huntsville. I worked.
Holy shit,
bro.
yeah.
I was at the Walls unit for a small amount of time, and then I went to Ferguson. So Ferguson's in Madisonville.
For people who don't know, Huntsville is probably the most notorious jail in Texas.
Yeah.
And he's just, I was just at Huntsville. No big deal.
It's only the death row.
It's only where the fucking murderers, rapists, molesters, go.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no big deal.
Naturally, you do all your training in Huntsville, so you there's no way to not work in one of those.
Sure.
After Ferguson, I came back to Houston and worked in a Ramsey unit, which was essentially just a minimal security unit. It wasn't that bad.
How was that experience?
It's not bad at all. I would say it has its days. It's nerve-wracking because you really don't. Personally, for me, the minimal security was a little bit more nerve-wracking in the sense because the inmates are free to roam around and do as they please. And you're in a maximum security unit. They're in their cell all the time.
Yeah.
So you have that sense of comfort, right? If one of the guys at the minimum security unit decides, you know what, forget it, I'm done, and he just wants to shank you,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That never really happened, but it's in your head. And the one thing they tell you is these guys aren't your friends. They're going to try to be, but
Yeah.
they're con artists. This is what they're here for.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I probably worked there for just over a year, and I was
A
like,
year.
yeah, that ain't my
So
thing.
let me ask you this: what was the craziest shit you ever saw when you were
Oh
there?
man, dude! Back in, I think this was in Ferguson. There was a time where it was on lockdown,
Okay.
and my buddy worked there with me at the time
What
too.
were you on lockdown for? What caused the lockdown? Do you remember?
No, we went on lockdown all the time. Just little things
Yeah.
that would come up, and so we're bringing a prisoner back to his cell, and there was a new guy on in what's called like a. They're in a box and they can control the doors, right? So we would say, "Oh, roll open," cell A,
Yeah,
block,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he was a new guy, so we're bringing this prisoner back. We're on lockdown. Boom! He opens all the cells at once on accident. Yeah. Dude, I'm kidding. I tell you, I'm kidding. I'm not even kidding you. So all the guys bum rush out of their deal. We're on the second row, And the guys are like basically.
So how many rows?
2 rows.
2 rows.
So you got your
okay.
bottom level and your second level.
Got it.
The two guys, they're coming at each other like they're about to fight, and I'm like in the middle, right? I'm just standing there,
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, oh yeah, I'm either gonna I'm in a maximum security
Yeah,
unit.
yeah,
What the hell am I gonna do? Yeah. And that was probably one of the scariest times. And I want to say shortly after that, I think is when I left.
When you quit, yeah.
I had to jump off from 2 row down to the
Shut
first
the
row.
fuck
Yes,
up.
dude. Yes. And one of my buddies worked there. My friend Matt was working there too at the time. So no, man, that was it.
So what
That was
happened
it.
when the guys bum rushed out?
Oh, dude, they all fought each other. It was, it was a race war essentially.
Of course,
we'll call it a
most
race war.
prisons.
Yes. And that's
are.
exactly what happened.
Right.
They all went at each other. We had locked the cell down. They had to go and get the riot gear all set up. You got your shields, the pepper gun, the whole 9 yards, OC, mace, all that stuff, dude. And it was just a mess. And the guy that rolled the doors, I think he got terminated. So he was new. But dude, he just literally almost killed me.
Could you
and the other
imagine?
guard that was in there. So I was like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Shit.
I was upset. Needless to say, I was upset. Luckily, I was young enough. I didn't break my knee jumping from 2 rows.
Yeah, you were 20.
Bro.
So you're a young man.
So, and another reason, so shortly after that, when I left, this was 2010, I got in a really bad car accident.
Oh, no. Tell me about
Yeah,
that. What
so-
happened there?
And that was another reason why I think that's actually what pushed me out the most. So me and my best friend was
So
actually
you were
driving.
driving to Huntsville every day from Katy?
So, yeah, essentially, but no, not every day. So we were 4 days on, 4 days off, and we had
Got it.
barracks up there that we stayed in.
Got it.
Yeah.
The 4 days on, you would just
Stay up there.
Got it.
Yeah. So I was here on our 4 days off. We had just dropped our uniforms off for dry cleaning and get them all pressed and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, of course.
And we were actually going down Franz Road.
Okay.
We were driving down Franz, and I remember I was driving it was a stick shift Toyota. I want to say it might even been like a Scion TC. I think it was
Oh,
a
nice.
Scion TC. And so we had saw a friend of ours in a Jetta. So
Okay.
we pulled up to a light. And we
Around
were
what
like-
time of day is this?
I was like noon, like
Okay.
in the afternoon.
Got it.
And so they were like, oh, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. We're just talking at the light. Well, light turns green and he takes off. So I'm like, oh, wait, he's trying to get
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah.
So I take off. We're kind of following each other. And we come up to the next light. And there's a little bit of traffic, so we kind of chilled, The next light turns green. He takes off. I'm just kind of cruising. Speed limit's probably about 40, right?
Okay.
I'm probably still doing somewhere around 60. So 20 over, 2-lane roads, median 2-lane roads, right?
What year is this roughly?
2010.
Got it.
Guy pulls out of a Dollar General. There's a car here. I switched lanes, and I'm going. Guy pulls out of a Dollar General all the way into my lane. So now, downshift, turn, car slides. Pull it back, overcorrect, car slides, right?
Right.
We do that about twice before I just slam into this guy. His car flips 4 times. Mine spins.
No
Oh, yeah.
way.
Catches on fire. In fact, that's what all of this is from. All of that scarring. My hand, downshift, when that airbag went off, sent my hand through the window, shredded it, just completely shredded it. So what ended up happening, what would have been, I guess, his fault, but I was speeding, so it's, we're in
Right.
that weird gray area.
Yeah.
One lady came and told the police, oh, he was racing.
Oh,
Game over.
Fuck.
Game, you know, right?
No.
So at that point, they're like, okay, well, this is a felony charge. Racing bodily injury. That's what it was, right? We'll jump forward. I do not have a felony, and that was all expunged. But I had to go to the hospital. They couldn't take me to jail because of my injuries
What
and all that
happened
stuff.
with that guy you hit?
He survived. He's good.
Good to hear.
But I do recall he had a head injury. He had a pretty bad head injury, but he survived. I don't remember his name. Probably wouldn't even say it if I did. You don't know who's watching. But yeah, it was traumatic. That was a traumatic weekend for me and my family because there was a time that whole weekend that we weren't sure if he was going to make it.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was actually really tough. And to this day, it's something I'll never forget. I know it's something my parents will never forget. And
Yeah, because how old were you? 21?
yeah, like 20, dude. Because this was October 2010. So yeah, I was 20.
How long were you in the hospital?
I was there for maybe a day. They had to just clean me up,
Yeah.
get me all situated, check me out, and I went home. And that happened to be on a Friday. So police said, hey,
Did you get arrested from the hospital?
Fortunately, no, because of the injuries. But they did say, hey, look, you're going to need to come turn yourself in or pay your bail. So we ended up paying the bail, so I obviously didn't have to go sit in jail. But, I mean, I went to court for that incident for about 3 to 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
3 to 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
And when it was all said and done, cost me about $25,000. Mm-hmm. Paid my family back for that one because I was pretty young at the time.
Right.
And and so once the DA came to an agreement, it was okay. You're going to spend X amount in community service.
Sure.
You're going to pay, another $5,000 to the person, restitution.
Correct.
You know how it goes. And then you need to go spend about 2 weeks in county. That was the deal. So I spent 2 weeks in downtown Harris County.
You want to? So let me ask you this before we talk about the experience of county. Do you ever feel any type of remorse or any type of guilt or anything about what happened there?
Yeah, 100%. That one took me a couple of years, maybe longer, to kind of get over the fact that I had seriously injured somebody.
That has to be pretty depressing. Dude.
Oh, dude. I mean, it's not like something like, okay, you just move along.
This is 13 years ago, so we can talk a little freely about it now.
But it's like you essentially impacted someone else's life negatively that affected them for probably a better part of 3 to 4 years. I mean, he had injuries that I believe could have caused seizures if he didn't, have seizures or something for a little bit. So, yeah, and it all came down to if I had just been going 20 miles an hour under the speed or at speed limit, that could have been avoided, So, absolutely. And it's, it was terrible. And so years later, a girl that I went to high school with, one of my best friends was talking to, worked with his wife.
Oh, wow.
And it all came back full circle, and we heard he was doing great. He was fine.
That's good.
He had that 2 to 3 year span that was really tough.
Did you ever reach out to him to talk to him?
I did write a letter to him.
Okay.
I did write a letter to him.
And your response or anything?
No. And maybe it was better.
No,
I had so much guilt. I felt if I got something back from him that was just
fuck you, you ain't shit.
Yeah, like it would have hurt because I care a lot for people, man, and
course,
so something like that would have sucked. So so I mean, I learned a hard lesson, and unfortunately, my mom will tell you, I learned shit the hard way most of the time.
Well, I mean, it's a blessing. He's okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
Nobody passed away from that experience. It was a great learning experience.
And so what I was getting at was going through that when I had the issue at the prison, that had already kind of been like, all right, man, maybe I'm going to leave. Well, that forced me to leave. You can't work at a prison with charges, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So that kind of pushed me out. So
got it. So tell me about your 10 days in county. How was that experience?
Oh, dude.
From being a jailer in Huntsville to spending 10 days in probably the nastiest fucking county, Harris County. Y'all fucking suck dick. Y'all suck.
Did you
Y'all
drop the
should be
soap?
ashamed.
Did you drop the soap?
God.
No. So I will tell you that working in the prison it helped me a lot because they sanctioned me off into a different block that has a lot of ex-cops and things and people So I think that helped me a ton. I wasn't in Gen Pop, so to speak.
What was your charge ultimately?
So actually everything was expunged. I had no charge. In fact, reckless driving would have been the only thing on my record, which got expunged.
But
after
reckless driving is a misdemeanor.
Yeah. So, and that was expunged too. So no charges essentially.
Don't ask me how I know. But yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it was, something else. I walked in and 2 white guys up at I remember they were standing up on the second row. And they were like, as soon as I walked through those doors, they were like, "Hey, man, come up here." Both white supremacists.
Oh, of course, bro.
And I was like,
"That's what
hey,
prison
man,
is."
that ain't my vibe, But what are you gonna do? So I walk up there, and they're like, "Hey, man, if you need anything," I'm like, "All right, man, I'm cool, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna get over here in my cell and do my thing." But 2 weeks, dude, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was just most boring, most just painstaking time ever. I mean, no one messed with me. Everybody was cool. But it's just, you don't want to go there. You just
to all the kids listening, to all the guys listening, jail is not the fucking spot.
Oh, it's
okay?
not cool. It's not fun, and there are guys that do very little to get in there and spend 90 days. And I'm just telling you, you're underground. So you're underground. There's no windows. There's no concept of time of day. There's no clocks. You have a little TV with some bullshit on it.
Oh, yes.
And the food is, I mean, it's trash.
So I'll give you a quick little story. You know, when I was younger, I was a wild boy. I mean, a wild boy, right? So I met some guy one time, and he told me, he looked at me. He was an older guy, and he looked at me. He goes, listen, don't let 15 to 20 seconds of your life cause you 30 to 40 years.
Yes.
And I didn't understand that, but I got a little bit older, and I understood what he was telling me is don't make a stupid mistake that only takes a few seconds and it causes you your life.
Yep.
Jail sucks.
Yep. And I mean, and with you saying that, those 20 to 30 seconds of me, oh, we're having fun, me and that guy. If I had killed that man, I would still be in prison to this day.
Fuck, dude.
Like had he passed away
at 21 years old, your life's over.
Oh yeah, no, I would still be there. I mean, we're talking a minimum of 20 years.
Yeah.
So I would be 40 when I got out, if best case scenario. So yeah, I mean, and at what for what? Like, what was the big, awesome thing I was doing besides being an idiot?
Well, that's the thing about life, guys, is people think that it can't happen to you until it happens to you.
Yep.
And then you're fucked.
And the second that you start thinking, oh, it won't happen to me, it will happen.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
And that goes to what we do on a daily basis. Riding, you can never get too comfortable. So, and that'll probably transpire into another conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you definitely you hit the nail on the head, man. 100%.
So, okay, so we did 10 days in county. We got out. What's next? How did your life change? How did your mentality change? What happened next?
Yeah, I actually didn't ride motocross for a while. I started working in a job. In fact, I want to say that I went into security after that. So I worked for a couple of companies. One I specifically remember the name. It was Top Gun Security.
So you were like armed security.
Yeah, I was like commissioned security.
Not
at
like
that
internet
point.
security.
No. I was like on ground, walking around, patrolling, that whole deal.
Yeah.
I did that for a while, and then I was working nights. I worked 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. on different sites.
22, 21?
Yeah, I was around like that time. Yep. 21, 22.
Okay.
And
how'd you like that?
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, it's, it was a good paying job at the time for me, and it was different. A lot of different people you meet and different encounters. It was different, but it wasn't too bad. For the most part, I'd tell you some of the sites I worked. In fact, I worked at an oil facility once. Overnight, it was cake, man.
Yeah,
I
sure.
sit at a desk, watch cameras, watch movies, and just chill.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't beat it. Otherwise, it was just boring, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I did that for a while, and then I got my first office job not too long after that for an insurance agency.
Doing?
I basically just was like an administrative type role, like a very entry level type role.
Yeah. Receptionist type, picking up the phones, answering phones.
Kind of,
emails.
but I did more like the mail, like scanning mail and putting it into the systems and shit like that. Ordering supplies.
Yeah, you were a little bitch. I got
basically,
it.
yes.
Cool.
Like I said, admin. I did that for a little bit, and then I got into IT shortly after, which was in 2013.
And that's when you were about 22?
23. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you've been in IT
ever since. And that really paved the way for the rest of my career and life up until this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's given me so many opportunities financially.
That's awesome.
Meeting people, travels. I got to travel a whole lot working for one of the companies.
Yeah. Where's the best place you've been to?
Oh, man. I mean, mostly United States travel. Sure. I went to Manhattan, New York back before it was crazy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't like the trash. I don't like the rats. But
yeah.
Other than that,
the rats are real.
Rats are fucking,
Subway rats, dude.
Dude, master splinters everywhere, bro. Like, for real.
Yep. No, that was probably one of my favorites.
New York is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And now, today, would I visit the Manhattan, New York today? I'm probably not. It's a little sketchy out there right now. Man, it's just wild right now. all the with the whole defunding the police thing that happened years back. It's just getting real crazy in that area. So, and Chicago's the same. You know,
Chicago's always been a gangster town.
Oh yeah, it's wild out there.
Back till the 20s and even now.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but yeah, I got a lot of opportunities. I got to work over at Bush Intercontinental. I'm sorry. At the ConocoPhillips private jet hangar and see the private jets. It just gave me some opportunities and financially it just really set me off. So it's been great. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as your, IT career, what's next, man? What do you? I know we kind of touched on opening your own business. I mean, how
That's a good question, man. And I've just recently started thinking, okay, what else is out there? Do I love IT that much? Is that something that I really want to spend my life doing? And I don't know yet. I really don't. So opening my own IT company would be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
I will say I have a house now. So ideally I really want to start like buying properties. So I want to rent my house, buy another one, probably rent that one out later, buy another one. So I do want to get into that real estate market a little bit and make money that way. When I'm 60 years old and have 7 properties all 100%. Paid off, bringing in money, that's great. It's
the best retirement you can ask
exactly.
For,
so
you can never go wrong in real estate.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Ever.
So ideally, that is something I want to do. But in addition to, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna stay. I mean, I know that in the position I'm in today, with the company that I'm in today, there's a very good chance I could be a director of IT. But do I want to work for someone the rest of my life? I don't know. It's a valid question.
So let me ask you this: ideally, what would be your dream job if IT's not it?
I would say, I love videography. I love riding, moto. I mean, if I could go and buy a bunch of houses and just do my thing, that would be awesome.
But you have to think. You have to make money
yes,
to buy the homes first.
Exactly.
So the hard part of that equation is you got to make the money first.
Right.
And then buy the properties.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like I said, I like what I do. I just feel like it's not my end all yet. And I don't know what that's going to look like in the future just yet, but
you might have an IT empire, man.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Could be.
You start at a small little office like this.
Yeah.
And you start doing it. You hire people,
Well, that's the luxury of IT, right? Computers aren't going anywhere.
Nowhere. And you got people like me that don't know how to fucking use them. Rez was telling me they were updating my computers here. They were fucking, how old were they, dude?
Like 2 years.
2 years old on updates, my man.
120 drivers.
He was on Windows XP, y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So we need people like y'all, because that I don't know that stuff.
So the thing that drives me towards IT is the fact that someone reaches out to me and says, Brett, I have a problem. I can't do my job. Mm-hmm. I need help. And I go in, fix it, and they're happy. Yeah. And I've solved the problem,
of course,
that they can't do, and they're the gratitude behind it is really good. And that's what really from 2013 when I started like working with customers and end users, that's what's really made that job fulfilling.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes don't overthink it. You know what I
no,
mean?
not at all.
If you're good at something and you enjoy doing it and it's bringing you good income, try it, man.
So, and that's kind of where I'm at. I like I said, I like what I do. Love my boss I work with right now. I have no complaints. I love going to work. I'm not one of those, oh man, I gotta go to work today. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I love to be where you're at. I know you're the man of the, you got it going on, but you've worked your ass off to get where you're at, bro.
I ain't shit. Remember that. I'm just a normal guy, gets up, works hard, and tries to do his best every day.
But yeah.
So, okay, take me back again to, we kind of went from 2023. When did you get your first street bike? I know you were riding dirt a long time. So when did you kind of transition to the street?
Yeah, so a lot of people might be very surprised. It was fairly recent.
Okay.
I got my first street bike at 2007 Yamaha R6.
You are a Yamaha nut, dude.
Right there, bro.
Yeah.
Squeating and everything.
Oh my God, dude.
Fucking God. Look at this dude. He's got his Airwalks on.
Yep.
Okay, in shorts, no gloves.
So
Speed
we're
and
looking
strength, helmet.
Oh, bro.
So what we're looking at, he's right.
On an R6.
pretty sure those are like Dickies shorts.
Oh yeah.
We
dude.
have an Icon jacket,
Yeah.
HJC
Probably
helmet.
free balling, bro.
Oh, facts. Yeah. And I got no gloves on. And I will tell you, that was in 2019, mid 2019 when I got that bike.
2019, so 4 years ago.
4 years.
So you were doing IT. You were 29 there?
Yep.
Okay, so you were 29. 4 years. What made you want to get back on a motorcycle?
Man, I had been itching.
You're talking about going from
a while.
9 years, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
About 9 years.
Yep. Even though I had the bikes still, I have a CR250 and a CR85 still. I maybe I played them a little bit, but I hardly rode ever.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to get back. In fact, I had a friend who was riding a Yamaha R1 at the time.
Okay.
And I had known him since we were probably junior high, maybe even elementary school. And he had like an 02 Yamaha, and I'd always see him riding, and I had that itch, man, and I wanted to ride. So I found this bike used, paid $3,800 cash.
Nice.
And it did well for a while, in fact. And so it was unfortunate. I say unfortunate. It was a blessing. I ended up getting divorced that year.
Okay. Oh, whoa. So you've been married before?
Once before. So I was with someone for 7 years, from 2013 to 2019.
So you were 20?
I met her when I was 21, going on 22.
And you got married
Oh,
when
yeah,
you were
22, 23, yeah.
23.
Yeah, so I got married to her when I was 29, February 2019.
Oh, okay. So that didn't last too long.
Nope.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a
Isn't
second.
that crazy, right?
Yeah. I like how you just skip over fucking major milestones.
Yeah,
in
my
life here.
bad, man.
7
My
years,
bad.
man.
Shoot. To
7
me,
years.
it's just not that important. But it's so yeah. I met her in 2012. We kind of really started dating 2013. I was 23. And so we were together. We got engaged in around 2016, got married 2019. And long story short, to today, she's with that good friend that was on the Yamaha R1. So I made the mistake of letting perfect. I made the mistake of letting that friend live with me for a short period of time.
And he started taking her down.
Yeah, basically. Somehow a relationship built, and they were happy together.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
And so basically I was married for like, I don't know, 6 months, if that.
So
It was an easy divorce.
You couldn't get it annulled, actually?
Essentially, that's pretty much what it ended up being. We just signed some papers and it was done deal. I don't even count it as a marriage at this point, but I did the whole thing, right?
Sure.
So
Did you have a wedding?
yeah, in Cancun.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And that one was an elopement. There was people there. But it ended up being, for me, obviously a blessing. I met a woman that is 10 times more than I ever thought I could get in life.
100%.
And just even honestly, sometimes I feel like more than I deserve. She's absolutely amazing. So in that manner, couldn't be more happier with how things turned out. So, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So,
Okay, so let's go back to you squitting out.
yeah, squitting
in
out.
2019.
Let's go back to happy days.
Yeah.
So I ended up selling the bike because divorced. It took me out. It was actually really tough for me during that time. And the second that I was I'd never been depressed in my life. Always a super happy guy.
Sure.
And dude, that took me out, man. I was in some dark places. And the second that I went and threw my leg over that bike and it didn't bring me happiness and it made me think some dark shit. I was like, yep, I need to get off for a bit. So I sold the bike at the end of the year, and then a month, I swear it couldn't have been a month or 2 months later, I met my fiance. So I should have just hung on to it for a hair longer. But I sold that bike, and then I didn't buy another street bike until 2021.
So 2 years.
Yep.
You went another 2-year gap there.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
And then I jumped on a freaking Kawasaki Z650.
A Z6, nice. Upright handlebars.
Oh yeah, more like naked sport bike, but
yeah.
so much slower than the R6,
Well,
And
yeah, it serves a purpose. That's more of a daily
yeah, it
putt
was
around
chill.
town.
Yeah,
You know,
so,
that's not like a super sport bike.
no.
You know.
But yeah, back to what you're saying. Like, how long have I been on street bikes? Honestly, not long. Even though I bought the R6,
About 4 years.
rode it for like 5-6 months, then sold it.
So let me ask you this: what was when back in 2019? What did you see as the biggest differences between coming off dirt, riding dirt competitively, and then going to a street bike? What's the biggest differences you saw?
So when you're comparing a dirt bike to a sport bike, a crotch rocket, if you will,
Sure.
the overall seating position, body position, night and day. Not only that, but there's no such thing as counter steering on a dirt bike. You don't counter steer on a motocross track. You turn left, you go left.
Right.
Turn right, you go right.
Right.
Street bike's completely different. You
Sure.
push left, you go right. You push right, you go
Yeah.
left. So it's different. It's very different. But at the end of the day, the hand-eye coordination that comes with motocross can translate over to a street bike. You got your clutch, you got your shifter. I would tell anybody that's wanting to get on street bikes, you can learn a lot on a dirt bike.
Sure.
Obviously there's that difference, but getting on a dirt bike and learning it and riding it, and you could just throw it around, it helps for sure. I was able to jump on the R6 and just ride.
Yeah.
I had to learn a few things. I wasn't out there taking corners like I do today, you know.
So speaking of corners, what's the thing with dirt bikes that I see? People stick their leg out.
Yes,
to
that's
turn.
a very good question.
So what's that all about?
So, yeah, that's a excellent question. So, on a dirt bike, when you're going through a corner and you're turning into that corner and you're kind of leaning, you're putting that foot out.
Right.
It's kind of like leverage. You know, if the bike slides a little bit, you got that foot.
You catch yourself.
Plant it. Yeah, essentially. Now, I will say to a degree, I did plant one time and twisted one of my knees pretty bad. But yeah, that's valid. You don't do that on a street bike. You don't even take your feet off the pegs on a street bike.
Right.
You might put your knee out and touch the ground if you're real good,
Sure.
you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, completely different. I mean, like I said, it's the body position is what's night and day difference from motocross to street.
See, I did it different than you. I started on a street bike,
Oh,
and
yeah?
then I went to dirt.
And you were like,
dirt is, to me, it's a complete opposite of
Yes,
a street bike.
yes,
It's,
yes.
all the fundamentals are kind of different,
oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like you said, riding,
Clutch and
shifting
all that.
gears,
Yeah,
clutch, that's all the same shit, but as far as turns,
yep.
jumps.
Oh, jumps, yeah.
dude.
People think, you know, you can just go and hit a jump and you're going to be great. No, there isn't a little bit of
Try
an
it.
art to it.
Try it.
Yeah, I mean,
see what happens.
when you're going up the face of a motocross jump. You can't just pin it to win it the whole time, or you're going to go back. You're basically going to be doing this whole deal, right? Like, I forget what they used to call that, but we used to joke on it. But there's an art to it. There really is, and there's a skill level that comes with just jumping your bike. I mean, when you're in the air and you're jumping a motocross bike, you hit the rear brake and it'll toss you forward. It's that inertia. If you gas it, it's bringing the front wheel up. There's a lot of difference there. So you get that. You're not out there jumping street bikes, you know.
Fuck no.
So but yeah. So you're right. Yeah, there's some pretty good differences. At the same time, it can help. you know, but. When it comes to street, it's all about seat time.
Oh, yeah. So talk to me about going from a Yamaha R6. And one thing, guys, I talk shit about, you know, brands and Honda. I'm not a brand snob. I love all bikes the same. I love Honda. I love Suzuki. I love Ducati. I love BMW. I love, you know, I love all of them. So if I talk shit, it's just all in good fun and stuff like that. So talk to me. You went from a Yamaha R6 to me, the best 600, which is the ZX6, 636, 636, motherfucker, like we refer to it down here.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. What'd you think when you hopped on that bike?
Oh, dude. So.
Oh, look at you.
When
look at
that.
that.
And that was shortly after I bought it. So like I said, I did have a 650 that I bought in 20.
So hang on. Yeah, let me interrupt you. The biggest difference I see here is going to be your gear. I see you actually
you see
have
that.
I think that's a Orion helmet.
Yep.
My eyes aren't the best. You got a Dionysi jacket, I believe.
Yep.
You got boots on, I see.
Those were probably speed and strength boots. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Again, don't be a brand snob. It's okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So what changed? This was when 2022. You said
22. So I went.
So what changed
21
from 19?
650.
Yeah.
22 636. So
what
a
changed?
lot.
Okay.
So I got the 650. I wasn't nearly squidding as bad. But I kind of, between that period of letting go of the R6 and looking for another bike, I did a little bit more research. I was learning what gear was out there. I didn't know what Dynasty was back then.
Yeah, of course.
I had no idea. You know, and so I'd just go to Cycle Gear and I'd be like, oh, let me get this Speed and Shrink jacket. It's cheap. It looks good.
Sure.
Cool, man. And then I bought the 636. And so I was on the 650. I rode by myself for a very long time, by the way. Like, I was not out there in groups or hitting what's here in Houston's called PP1 and all
Sure.
that. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, for guys that don't know, here in Houston, we have a place where all the bisexuals hook up. They go there. It's called PP1.
Bisexuals?
See y'all later.
Yeah, bi.
Bisexuals?
Bi, you know.
Yeah. So I had no idea. So I rode the 650 for a while, more like commuting, just playing around. Me and April would go out and ride around.
Let me
and
ask you
stuff
this:
like
when you bought the 650, what were her thoughts? Of you
Oh,
coming
she
home
liked
with
it.
the
Yeah,
motorcycle?
when I first met her, she hated
Yeah.
that I had just sold my street bike. She
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to
so
ride
she
with
was
me.
always into bikes.
Yeah, she's
That's
kind of
awesome.
into that. She's never dated anybody that like me. I'm unique, you know. So. But yeah, the 650 was different. I ended up turning that into my little stunt bike, if you will.
Sure.
I wheelie that one, and I could. The great thing about that bike was it was more dirt bike position.
100%.
And I
because
think
the
that's-
handlebars.
Yeah, you're sitting
Yes.
upright.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
oh yeah,
yep,
I
yep,
love
yep.
that thing. So
Yep.
anyway, the 636 though, I loved that bike. I ended up going to Dallas. I bought it from Mint Motorcycles in Dallas, Texas. They've actually been doing me really well with the bikes. You know, I bought a few from them.
Yeah.
The 636 was awesome.
So what were the biggest differences
Oh,
from
dude.
an R6 to a 636?
For me, I'm speaking for me specifically, the 636 was so much more comfortable. And I will say, obviously, it was about 10 years newer.
Oh, yeah.
But-
That's so what year was your...
The R6?
No, the 636.
2016.
So, yeah, you went from a 2007
Yeah.
to a 26. Totally different technology.
Completely different. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, at that point, I'm like, oh, I have different traction control modes. I'm like, oh, I have different power modes. And overall, that bike for me was just so much more comfortable. I felt more like, instead of sitting on the bike, I felt like I was in that bike. Like,
Sure.
it just felt
100%.
really good.
Yeah.
And I still have that motorcycle. In fact, I've kind of transitioned it into my track bike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but it was night and day. The power difference too for me.
Big time.
I could feel
Big
it.
time.
And I spent a lot of time, money, and upgrading that motorcycle, tuning it, putting better parts on it, and now that thing's a beast. I mean, it's an absolute beast. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a fun bike. So I actually got a whole new set of fairings for it waiting to go on
nice.
from Monster. We got new rear sets, clip-ons. So that's going to be dope.
You said you're turning that into your track bike. When was the first time you went to the track?
First time on track here in Houston, it was earlier this year.
Oh, okay, good.
February 23rd, 2023.
So I learned,
Yeah.
quick story, I learned more on a track one time than I probably did 5 years of road riding.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. I learned so much more, not just on how to ride, but just facts, just different facts about riding and things like that. And so I learned a lot. My second time was in March, third time was in April, and then I just went last month again for like a private track day.
All MSRH?
Yep, all MSRH. I haven't been anywhere else yet, unfortunately. Now, if none of y'all know about MSRH, it's rough.
It's an old, so let me give you a rundown. MSR. It's an old track, right? It was built as a car track,
Yep.
and it doesn't have that many straights. You can probably take your bike up to about 140, 150 on the back straight.
Yep.
It's a very technical track, lots of quick turns, a little bit of elevation, not too much. But, you know, my home track, obviously, is Circuit of Americas in Austin. It's about an hour and a half drive away. It's definitely worth it, guys. I know there's a big price difference. I know it's $500, but it is worth it.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
There is a reason why MotoGP comes to that track every year, right?
Yeah.
It's a first-class operation. The track is smooth. The back straight is nice. You can probably hit a good 180, 190 on that back straight. It's just a first class place. It's definitely an experience. If you live in Texas and you haven't been able to experience Circuit of Americas, I definitely recommend you do that at least one time.
Oh yeah, I that's definitely a track that I'll have to hit. Not so sure about on the 636 though.
You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Last time I went, I took my R6.
No way.
Yeah, I had a 2019 R6. I turned into a track bike. It was fun. This was Infamous Alex's favorite bike to ride on the track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave the story for him to tell y'all next time we get together. But definitely, Coda's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. You can have fun on a 600. You know, you can have fun on a leader bike. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure,
dude.
Yeah,
When we went out there, HB4 races, Super Legeras, you name it. You see Super Dukes. Street Fighter V4s.
Yeah.
You see we even saw a fucking bagger out there.
No way.
100%.
That
Getting it,
is
dude, on a
wild.
Harley, on a fucking hog, getting it, bro.
They have those races, right?
Yes.
With the Harley. That is just
Yes.
wild. That is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So, you know, it's definitely an experience. I definitely recommend everybody to go. You know, go with your friends, have fun, get you a little garage. You know, bring food, bring snacks. It's definitely something I'm gonna get our crew to do together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we should all go and
Hell yeah, dude.
and have a great time.
Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the track I learned a lot. I'll be honest. I learned most of all of my riding skills growing up as a kid from my dad, though.
Okay.
Like I learned so much from him because he grew up being wild.
He rode bikes.
Dude, he could ride wheelies on the. He used to take my 85 and just
Right there, bro.
wheelie that thing. Like, yeah.
Oh,
So,
shit.
so me on the right, dad on the left,
Yeah.
and man, he's a badass. And to this day, he's still a badass. He doesn't ride anymore. He said, "Hey, son, when I fall now, it hurts." You know. So, but no,
Did he ever ride
wild.
street, or was he just strictly?
No,
dirt?
he had, but now he never. He rode street, but he didn't have too many of the crotch rockets and stuff like that. So,
Oh, that's you and your dad right
yeah, that's
there.
me and my dad. Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah. He rode more like the Harley sports, but he rode a couple of crotch rockets here and there.
Sure.
Yeah, so
That's
he's
awesome, man.
he's wild. He's a wild man. I'll give you that. He's cool though, super cool. But I learned so much. I learned a lot from him on how to work on the bikes.
wrenching.
Wrenching, man. He taught
Yeah.
me so much on just how to get in there, fix this, fix that, and that's paid off well.
Oh,
very,
100%.
very well.
100%.
I know so many guys in the Houston area that I've ridden with, great guys, but they just don't know how to do some of what I feel is the most simplest things. And there's
Changing
nothing
your
wrong with
oil.
that. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, you can be a little bitch if you want.
Yeah,
That's
different
fine.
strokes for
Putting
different
gas on
folks,
it.
right?
Yeah.
But I just appreciate what he taught me as a kid because it's transpired to me now being 33 and I can do so much. Cars, trucks, all that. But yeah, he taught me a lot with the bikes. Whole lot with the bikes. So yeah, he's gotta love the dad.
So what are you currently riding on the street right now?
Ooh, yes, sir. So I did a big upgrade.
Okay.
636 2020, 2023.
Which you still have.
Yep, 2023 bought a 2021 BMW S1000.
Oh, nice.
M package. When I bought it, it was red and white and blue, like the traditional.
Yeah, sure.
We had to switch it up, man.
Okay.
I can't. I got to be unique.
Yeah, you gotta do your own
So
thing.
we gave it
I hear you.
there you go. So we basically got rid of the red, threw in some
So,
black. We got the
Rez,
white.
can you throw up a side by side of the R6 and the S1000 so
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
see the evolution from 2019
Look at this.
to 2023?
We went from a $300 helmet to a $1,300 helmet. In a we got a $400 maybe $500 jacket as opposed to like what $150 maybe.
$500 boots to
you
fucking
gotta start
Airwalks.
somewhere.
City boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. And so that's
Beautiful
the,
bike, man. I love what you did there with the brushed aluminum. Looks good.
Thanks, man.
Definitely.
Forged carbon.
Forged carbon all over the place.
Yep.
I like the
Yep.
wings you added. Definitely a sick looking bike, man.
Yeah, I will tell you that's by far. I've ridden a few bikes. That's my favorite bike. The BMW S1000 is awesome. Awesome bike.
So I've owned a few bikes myself, and I will have to say best all-around bike is going to be BMW, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, Infamous Alex was the one because I went back and forth. I had thought about, hey, I'm going to buy a ZX10. Or an R1. And he was like, man, I'm going to tell you, man, best bike. right out the box, ready to go. It's the BMW.
For sure.
He's like, dude, you got the tech, you got this, you got that. He's the one that sold me on the BMW, and I thought, all right, fine, because I was always kind of scared to go like European, and man, dude, it's awesome.
So you got to think in 2009 when BMW came out with the S1000, it changed the game.
Oh yeah,
It completely changed the game,
dude.
So, and believe it or not, they modeled that bike after a Gixxer.
No way.
Yes. Yeah, pull that up, Rez. Pull up 2009 S1K modeled after Suzuki Gixxer.
That is wild.
Yes. Yes. So the S1K was the fastest bike back then out of the box. As leader bike. I'm not talking about a Busa. I hear y'all motherfuckers already in my ear talking about that's a 1300 cc. I'm talking about a 998 inline 4cc bike. The S1K was the fastest that came out. And to me, it's stayed at, the cream. Yeah, there it is, dude.
Oh, yeah.
In the acid green.
Yeah. 2009.
Yeah. 2009 was the first year it came out.
And so what do you know, like, what was the basis? What did they kind of mock up from the Gixxer? What did they take away from the Gixxer to this?
If I'm not mistaken, it was a lot of chassis stuff.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
I don't want to be talking out my ass, but I'm pretty
No, that's
sure.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
In fact, it was probably in like Motor Trend or something where they're
100%.
like, yeah. Dude, that's
dude.
wild.
It changed the game. So
Yeah.
2009, when
That's
the
sick.
S1K came out, it changed the game, dude. Completely changed the game. Same as kind of in 2015 when the H2 came out. It kind of changed the game. It was just a revolutionary type bike. And when the new S1Ks came, the new generation, 2019, they call them 2020s here in the States, but it was actually 2019 when they were released.
Oh, okay.
Mona is a 2019 or 2020 it's really an amazing bike. Probably one of the best all-around bikes, I've ever owned. The only gripe I have about BMWs is their suspension. I'm not really a fan of electronic suspension. I
can see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the regular Owens, you can adjust suspension, but it rides well. It's a comfortable bike. It wheelies, it turns. It's just that it's a little stiff.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would say the S1000 with the electronic suspension is basically a universal setup, or I'd say a universal adjustment.
Yeah.
It is not, there's nothing you can do to the S1000's electronic suspension that is going to be dialed in for you. It's just like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, like with the M1000, where it does have adjustable, you can fine tune that to you, your body weight, everything. So you can adjust the sag, you can do all that.
Yes.
So I agree with you on that one. Big difference. So I would say if you had the money and you had a S1000 and you for whatever reason didn't buy the M, sure, go throw on you a good set of Öhlins. Even does K-Tech make front suspension as well, or just a rear shock?
I think. That's a good question.
I don't remember if they do. Well, I would just say in general, you got some good adjustable suspension for the S1000. Oh, bro, it's badass.
All around, dude. Out the box for the money.
Yes.
You got to think about it. You're getting an M class. Let's say, do me a favor, Rez. Pull up a 20. Well, they've gone up now because of inflation. A 2023 M package S1K, I believe, are like 26 now. I know when I bought Mona in 2019, it was 22 or 21,995. If I'm not mistaken.
That's not bad.
And
New.
You got to think, brand new. That included carbon wheels.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Came with the bike. Nice fairings. Came with the headlights, TFT display. Dude, versus let's say you get a V4 Panigale S.
Oh, bro, yeah.
You're gonna be paying 30-ish, versus 23-ish.
That's a big jump too.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
and it's not hot as fuck.
No, yeah,
like the Panigales.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, no, it's a very comfortable bike. Very comfortable bike to ride.
And I don't say this lightly, but I would say to anyone that has any real experience on a motorcycle, and you've never been on a street bike and you're like, oh man, I want to get in the street. If you have experience on a dirt bike or you have experience, I'm not going to tell you that a BMW S1000 isn't honestly kind of a good bike to just jump in.
Sure, it's
Why
a great
am
bike.
I saying that?
No.
It's because of how much tech is built into that motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
You can turn it down legitimately.
Oh,
You
for sure.
Turn the wheelie control all the way up, ride in rain mode, all you want, full traction control. I mean, of course you need to humble yourself. The power's still there.
Yeah.
But is it a bad bike to start on? Honestly, no. I mean, go jump on a like a older ZX10 and as a new rider. No, you're probably gonna loop it.
Any new bike these days is a good bike.
Yeah.
All the technology is
That's
amazing.
built in, yeah.
R1s, ZX10s, Gixxer 1000s, you know, BMWs, the Honda, the CBRs, you know, the Ducatis. They're great bikes, man.
Yeah,
It's such a fun time to be a motorcycle enthusiast, you know, right now.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much good shit out there, such a good product out there, dude. And
Well, shit, we were just talking about the brand new ZX6 this morning. That thing is it looks a lot like the ZX10, and it is sexy.
dude,
Nice bike.
It is a nice bike. It would definitely be. And to all you 1000 riders out there, don't give the 600 riders any shit. I love 600s. Okay, I mean, don't stick your nose up at them. Don't think you're better than them because you're on a leader bike and they're on a 600. You're not, bro. We're all, you know, on bikes. We're all having fun.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man.
I like that.
We're all the same. We're all the same community. Dude, I love a 600. I'll fucking jump on a 600 and putt around just to have fun on, man.
Yeah. Oh, there it is, right there. Oof.
Yeah,
It's so aggressive, man. But no, you're right, man. A lot of people forget where they came from. You know, they probably started on a 600 at one point.
Listen, that white does
Dude,
not
that
look
white and
bad,
silver.
dude.
Yeah.
With the red wheels, I know
Yeah.
that's not the best pick.
The KRT though, that green.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the
Yeah,
KRT is kind of where it's at. That I mean, you can't. That's classic Kawasaki.
Yeah,
bro.
that's it.
classic Cowie. You see that, you know, and like we were talking about earlier, I love the way OEM bikes look, man.
Oh,
I
no, yeah,
just
yeah,
love
yeah.
that OEM look.
Yeah.
And
Like-
look for the money, dude. 11.2,
Dude,
11.3.
and you're getting some killer power there.
And I don't really fuck with ABS.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of you
yeah.
guys like I rip ABS off all my bikes.
I fuck with ABS, no lie.
Yeah, it's a preference thing.
Yeah.
Me, two reasons: A, it makes it lighter, and two,
Okay.
I don't mess with the back brake. I know people think that's crazy.
But your ABS is on the front too, no? Isn't it?
Well, ABS works when you use the front brake.
Uh-huh.
When you pull that front brake, it uses a little bit of your rear brake as well.
Mm.
So once you kick that ABS off, you're just actually only using front brake.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
So that's why I kind of just rip it off. It makes the bike lighter, and you know, I don't know. I've just been taught to only use front brake. I
Yeah.
never.
Oh,
use my
I
rear
only
brake.
use front brake.
Never.
I
don't
just
even
thought that-
touch. You could take my rear brake off, and I wouldn't know the difference.
yeah, I don't use rear much
Yeah.
at all ever. I mean, if I had to really come to a stop, I might use both. But honestly, it's
But
front,
you have ABS. So
Yeah.
once you pull your front in,
It's doing the back too?
Your rear's kicking in. automatically.
And see, I thought with the ABS, even if you don't use the rear, it still pumps the brakes, right? Like you're like for example, if I got my ABS on the BMW and I go and I just grab a handful, it won't flip me over. It just pumps the brakes real hard. You can feel it too.
Yeah.
But when it's off, oh hell yeah, I can endo that thing like nothing,
all
man.
day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
But for me, riding around out here in Houston where people cut you off, I want to be able to grab a handful of brake and not just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely got to be on the aggressive here in town.
Yeah.
if you're doing urban riding.
Yep. Yep.
You know, you got to be definitely aggressive.
So, but yeah, so we're on BMW.
Yeah, be all
We
around,
made
man.
moves.
You. So what's next? What's after the BMW?
Man, that's tough. I've been thinking about that.
M1000.
So, no, yeah, right. Dude, that's a tough one to top. And I love Ducati. I just don't think it's for me. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'2", 6'3".
Have you ridden one?
I've ridden one. Well, I did ride the Lamborghini one once, but I have ridden a V4 once, and I don't know if it's just my style or for me or not, but It's a tough question. I will say I do really want like an MT-09.
Sure.
But
great.
completely
putt
different
around.
bike,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. No, it's okay.
So
It's an upright bike, great
yeah.
for putting around. Keep it under 120. You know,
well under 120.
Yeah, you're not going to be doing much freeway riding with that bike,
No.
but for urban areas, going to and from work,
Yeah, just chilling. Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I really don't know what would be the next move as far as leader bike outside the BMW. I really like it. Might just upgrade to another BMW. I don't know, man.
Yeah, yeah. I know it sounds silly, but I've actually done that before.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 of the same BMWs
Yeah,
before.
never. Now, unless I came into some wild issues with the BMW where I was like,
You won't.
damn. Exactly.
You won't.
So it's just like, it's hard to top. That's how much I like that bike. Love it. Love it. Love it. So Aprilia is not the move for me. I don't see me ever owning Aprilia. I've heard just a lot of back and forths with that bike. So I don't know, man.
It's tough. Aprilia is tough, especially here in town.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult, for services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about MV Agusta? You ever looked at those?
Oh,
Those
I
little-
did look at the Agustas.
Yeah.
Those are cool looking bikes.
There's actually a dealership right here on Fry.
no
They
way.
just opened up, dude. Right,
No
literally,
way.
Literally one street over.
Apex?
Yeah.
Apex?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen that shit? Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's wild. So I was looking at those. Those
Yeah.
are cool looking bikes.
Hey, pull that up, Rez. Pull up the MV Agusta Brute. I think it's the naked they have.
Oh, the naked one.
It's a sexy.
I was looking at the Super Sport they had. That thing is
It's a sexy bike.
Yeah.
Dude. MV Agusta
It's Italian?
It's Italian.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
that-
Those are
that's
nice.
dope.
Yeah. What else is out there? I mean, you talk. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Look-
Yeah,
look-
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that this one or this one?
No,
here?
no, that's go to the right. Yeah, or that one.
That one?
Yeah, that one. That's pretty sick too. MV Agusta.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that, dude. It's very aggressive. So are they a newer manufacturer of motorcycles?
No, they've been around a long time.
Okay, I just hadn't seen those too
They're
much.
just again the problem. It's the same problem as Aprilia.
Oh yeah.
It's the same, But now
Same
there's actually another.
Oh, yeah, he has
dealership.
one.
Yeah.
Right here, Apex,
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Apex has one. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
They literally just opened a few months ago.
Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah, the
yeah.
guy right down here on
Yeah,
Clay. He
shout out
works
to
on
Apex.
BMW and all that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They're right here holding it down.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's sick.
yeah, not bad.
Look at that exhaust, dude.
Bro, they have the sickest exhausts on their bikes.
That's
There's a few other ones.
Is this the one that can actually go 200?
I think there's another one.
200
Keep-
on a naked sport.
Yeah.
Keep
No fucking
Yeah.
way, dude.
keep looking, Rez. Keep seeing. But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of aesthetically how sexy those bikes.
Oh
are.
no, yeah, that's different. That's
Yeah.
different. You don't see that. So now that'd be pretty cool. And the price range that I remember wasn't weird. It was
They're
pretty
not-
good.
Yeah, they're
pretty
not.
good.
They're not super crazy.
Yeah,
They're in that
yeah.
BMW.
Yeah.
Aprilia. Now I will say I really do like that 600 Aprilia put out. The 660.
Oh
I don't-
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
With the blue and
Not
the,
bad.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. It's a little heavy for a 600. That's the only thing
That I mean, even
I
the
saw.
RSV4 is heavy though. I've heard.
very heavy.
In
Oh,
fact,
I had one.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had
So
one
you
for
know.
a while. Yeah.
How's it to wheelie on that thing? It's pretty tough.
No.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Fun bike.
It's not front heavy too much. You just.
No, I mean, you pop that clutch, man, you can.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much wheelie
Okay.
anything, bro.
That. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, fun. Definitely a fun bike to own. Again, the hard thing here in Houston is the services on those bikes, man. Not everybody works on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Closest, true Aprilia dealership is Austin. So,
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the dealer out there? Do you remember?
Fuck. I don't
Sorry,
remember.
I'm
off
gonna put
top,
you on the spot there.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I
Yeah.
know they.
I've heard of it. I just don't know the name either. I just know it's in Austin.
Yeah.
Which that's only like what 2 hours. I mean, it sucks. You have
Yeah,
Here's the
but
problem though, dude. What I heard.
What if you got to warranty the bike?
Yeah.
You really want to drive 4 hours back and forth?
Yeah. No.
AF1.
AF. There you go.
AF1.
AF1.
Yep. That's
So
them.
the issue that I recently heard from a
Shout out to AF1 holding it down.
two friends that bought the RSV4. One bought it not too long ago. One just bought one. His is fine. The other guy just bought it not long ago, and he has issues with it.
100%.
And dude, he's talking about back ordered parts till February, bro. We're in October.
That's the problem with these rarer bikes, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't make as many. It's not a Gixxer. It's not a Yamaha.
Yeah.
It's not a it's not a Ducati. It's not a BMW where parts are very accessible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the problem, yeah.
Right.
Dude, can you imagine? You're like, oh, my bike's down for the next 6 months.
Oh yeah, it's happened.
God.
I've been there. I've done that.
Really?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I've been there.
Not for me. So.
Yeah. So what about Hondas? I mean, you had a little Honda when you. What do you think about the blade?
That was going to be my next thing. I did think about doing the blade. I love that
Rez,
bike.
pull up that white blade, the new Fire blade, the white one that they got. I was a fan of that.
No,
that
one's dope.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know why. I don't necessarily fuck with the blue on it so much. I would have loved if it was white, red, and black.
Well, we're gonna change it anyways.
Yeah,
bro. We're gonna put our own touch on it regardless.
But that's a contender. I do like that, and that's a fast bike, dude.
And it turns very well. One thing,
Really?
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, dude. That's retro right there. I
It
mean,
is.
yeah.
It
so.
is. It is. That's a very, very sexy bike. And that's almost like a BMW where it does everything well. That bike all around does everything well.
That's my favorite bike, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not a
Rez's favorite
fan of the gearing. It's long gearing, but overall great, man. That bike next to the Superleggera, that's the best turning bike I've ever been on.
No way.
Yeah. I can, and I've owned a few bikes.
We're pushing that price tag at 39,000.
No, 30.
It's 30.
Yeah, about 30. What's the MSRP on that, Rez? If I'm not mistaken, it's about 30, right?
It's 30.
Yeah, 29. I know. Yeah,
We're over here. It's just 30. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, about more like 29.
20. Yeah, it's like 29 and some change.
Yeah, but that picture right there, the non-stock, like real world photo, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
that's a sexy bike.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a sexy bike, bro.
Shit, look at that.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like
Shit, y'all
that.
trying to ride or what?
Shoot, y'all ready to roll out? What time is it?
Right there, bro.
That's Alex right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
dude.
Yeah. Them fucking weak ass wheelies he does,
Yeah,
bro.
100-mile-hour wheelie.
For real.
Shout out to Infamous Alex, man. He wanted to be here tonight. He had some shit to do. We'll catch. Yeah, 28.9, bro. That's what
Yeah,
I
That's not
he
bad.
really wanted to be here
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
You can hear his voice cracking.
For what you get, it's a pretty good deal.
No, that's a contender.
And for Honda, so the big knock on Honda for so many years was it's a great bike, the most reliable in my opinion, but goddamn, they were slow as fuck.
Dude, the CBR 1000 slow.
Slow as fuck.
Like a stock CBR 1000 and a very a very well-tuned 600. I mean, you're not
same
yeah,
shit.
dude. It's
Same
Probably like 160 and some change.
yeah. Top
100%.
speed. I'm
100%.
talking for sure.
Yeah.
So agreed with that.
Not no
Yeah.
more though.
No.
Yeah, them blades are quick, man.
Bro, dude,
Them blades
you're
are
talking
fast.
stock almost 200 miles an hour.
Oh, it'll do too.
Yeah,
It
it's
just takes about 3 days to get there. You just from here to fucking Florida, bro.
Yeah.
So that gearing
that
is
tuned.
literally for that gearing is literally for days.
Are they gonna
bro.
get rid of the double R?
No.
No.
I doubt it. No,
fuck
no. The price tag
No.
on the double R it's a different market for the people. You know, you're still talking almost 30 grand for the blade. So no, they have to keep the double.
Well, yeah, that's because it's a SP.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a triple R.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is-
that's
is-
true.
If they
That's
were
what
to
it
make
is.
this one without the Brembo, without
Yeah, they do.
the-
That's the regular RR, I believe, right? That's not the
base.
but
SP.
it doesn't look the same. Looks different.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Still has the same tail, the same tank, the same look.
Yeah.
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 Just lost out on a couple of functions, features. Bro.
There's a few things here.
no
and there.
all-in suspension maybe or something.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good one. What about H2? You ever ridden one?
I have not.
No.
You know, I don't think it's that might be more not my style. I feel like the H2 isn't your routes and curves type of bike.
Fuck no.
And I'm just not a straight line guy, man.
Got it.
I don't. It's just
that's a good point you bring up. So, what is your ideal type of rider?
Oh, dude, I love routes, corners. I'm fine with hitting highways, but I definitely love hitting corners, twisties, and things like that. It's just
Yeah.
more fun, you know.
sure.
It's going straight 180 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, you get adrenaline rush, but You can only do that so much.
What are your thoughts on roll racing? Do you enjoy that? Do you have fun with that? What do you do?
I mess around with that. That's fun. I
Yeah.
mean, it's again.
Shut your bitch ass up. No, you don't.
Yeah, no. Am I good at it? You know,
Crickets came out. Bro.
Yeah.
but no. I mean, it's fun. But again,
It's not your cup of tea.
It's just like, yeah, no,
You rather hit turns. You'd rather.
yeah. I mean, even if I was out there winning them all and just having my time of my life, it's just like, I don't know. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no knock on it, by the way. I'm not knocking it.
No, we're not knocking anything.
Yeah,
bro. We're just asking your preferences and what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, routes for sure. I like the twisties and curves. That's just, it's a little bit more fun for me. I just find that more enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Rez? What do you enjoy the most?
Eating.
You got
Bro, hey, now we're
Pingas,
talking.
Bro, some pupusas right now.
Yeah, some empanada.
De carne.
Yeah, carne
Salsita.
asada.
We're talking food. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey,
Rez
so,
is kind of a man
some,
of many areas, though.
Some Jack in the Box.
Oh, Jack
See,
in the
we-
Crash.
Nah,
See,
you
we see
lost
that.
me. You lost me on Jack in the Box.
No, that lady, that curly flies. You heard about the story? You heard about the story?
No, go ahead and
Right here.
yeah. Did you hear about this?
Oh yes, dude.
Yeah.
She pulled a gun.
So this bitch right here, in this is of course nowhere else but Houston.
I was gonna say this was
yeah,
in Houston.
Yeah, this is here in town.
Bro.
This guy again. Big shout out to all the fast food workers. I know your job is tough. I know some people can be assholes. I get it. But god damn, you can't pull a fucking gun and start blasting at a family, dude.
no.
Like, what are you fucking
No,
thinking?
there was
Overthrowing
a
some
6-year-old
French
there.
fries.
It was
That's
the
what
husband, the
I'm
wife, and the
saying.
kid.
Oh
There was a
really?
kid inside, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
Well, that's what it says. Yeah, 6-year-old, see?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
So let me give you the rundown. So this guy came through. He ordered, right, and he said he was missing his curly fries.
Okay, yeah.
So he came back around, and he said, "Hey, ma'am, I'm missing my curly fries." And she's like, "No, I gave you your curly fries." And I think, if I'm not mistaken, she either threw a
Some fries at
drink
him?
or something. She threw some. I don't know what happened either way. Long story short, something happened. The guy took off. This bitch pulled out a gun and started fucking shooting.
Dude, which is just
Right there,
insane.
right there.
Look,
Yeah, look,
look,
she's shooting out the window. Look at that lady's face.
She's like, "What the fuck?"
She's like, that's right here in your backyard, bro.
That's
Look at that
wild.
shit.
That is
Yeah, she's
wild.
crazy.
Yeah, she's
There was a
crazy,
lot of
bro.
throwing, like, back and forth, throwing ketchup and some stuff like that, I heard.
Oh yeah, no, I did see the video, and it was like them like throwing stuff at each other, and it was a little.
And people out there, have some respect for people, man. Just because you're a customer, just because you're purchasing something, doesn't mean you can treat people like shit.
No.
Please don't be that person. Don't do that. We're all humans, okay? We all go home to a family, and maybe somebody's having a bad day. Be the bigger fucking person.
Bro.
Don't.
And she's gonna end up in jail or prison now.
Bro, she just got deferred adjudication.
You're joking.
She's already done with it,
she
bro.
pleaded guilty.
Yeah, she's already done with it, bro. This bitch did no jail time.
Bro.
How are you gonna start busting out the window of a drive-thru
How-
and do zero jail time?
Bro, like, are you serious?
Yeah,
How? And there was a kid in the car.
kid, bro.
Bro, I don't get that
Kid.
at all.
I know.
I don't get that at
Aggravated
all.
assault, attempted murder. Just
Right.
walked out.
Crazy, bro.
If that was me, I would have went to jail
That's
for the rest of my life.
2023,
Well,
bro.
no, you're white. You've been all right.
Bro.
You got that privilege.
No, it's
bro.
because
Relax.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
What else you got, Riz?
That's good stuff.
That's
That's
all
good
I got.
stuff.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank y'all for listening to the first
Yeah.
Infamous podcast. Brett, thank you so much.
No, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
and,
man. Definitely.
Excellent questions.
Yeah.
Excellent questions. It was good.
Definitely
Round of applause.
fun getting to know you.
No,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And,
There's probably some things you didn't know actually.
Oh,
in there,
100%.
yeah. So
yeah, 100%.
hey, don't hold the TDC thing against me. All right.
Nah, and that's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna just kind of bring you, each one of us, our stories, who we are, so you kind of know who we are behind, the helmets that y'all see. And then we'll also be, breaking down videos, talking about stuff, and talking about basically a whole range of topics, from biking to workouts to food to UFC to anything and anything, man.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
again, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank y'all.
Mm.
Peace.